I was reading a passage the other day that I've read 100 times, but this time a phrase stopped me. Peter is writing to believers, urging them to grow in their faith, and he gives this list. Make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness, and to godliness mutual affection, and to mutual affection love. Add to your faith. I'd always read that list as individual qualities, separate goals to pursue. But that word add changed everything for me. Peter is describing something cumulative, something layered. You don't just get goodness and move on. You add knowledge to the goodness you already have. Then self-control goes on top of that. Each virtue builds on what came before. It's architectural, it's intentional. And when I think about raising daughters, I think about what I'm adding, what layers I'm placing, day after day in the foundation of who she's becoming. Paul gives us another picture in Philippians. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Think on these things. Fill your mind with them. Let them be what occupies your attention, shapes your imagination, forms your inner landscape. As mothers, we have tremendous influence over what fills our daughters' minds during these formative years. Not total control, not forever, but right now. While they're young and their hearts are soft and they still look to us for guidance, we are the curators of their mental environment. This is holy work. I want to tread carefully here because I'm not talking about fearful isolation, raising a daughter in a bunker, terrified of every outside influence. That's not wisdom. That's anxiety dressed up in spiritual language. But there's a difference between fear-based restriction and wise cultivation. A gardener doesn't refuse to plant because weeds exist. She plants intentionally, tends carefully, and yes, she pulls weeds when they appear. But her primary focus isn't the weeds, it's the flourishing of what she's planted. What are we planting in our daughters? Are we filling them with truth before the world fills them with lies? Are we giving them a vision of nobility and purity and loveliness before the culture offers its counterfeit versions? Here's what I've learned. You cannot keep everything out. You will not be able to shield her from every distorted message about womanhood, every toxic beauty standard, every cultural lie about her worth and her body and her purpose. But you can fill her so full of truth that the lies don't fit. Think about a cup filled to the brim. When it's full, there's no room for anything else. When we spend these years filling our daughters with what is true and noble and right and pure and lovely and admirable, we're not just giving them nice thoughts, we're building their capacity to recognize what doesn't belong. She'll encounter the lies, but if she's full of truth, something in her will say, "That doesn't sound right. That doesn't fit with what I know." If you're enjoying this conversation, I'd love to have you join me beyond YouTube. I send out a weekly letter with encouragement for mothers of daughters, and it's become a little community I treasure. You can sign up through the link below. It's free, and I think you might find it feels like hearing from a friend. So what does this look like practically? How do we add virtue to our daughters' lives? We read to them and we choose carefully what we read. Not obsessively, not anxiously, but thoughtfully. We ask ourselves, what vision of girlhood and womanhood does this book present? What does this say about virtue, about courage, about character? We talk about what we see. When we watch something together and a character makes a choice, we discuss it. Not as a lecture, just curious questions. What do you think about how she handled that? What would you have done? We tell them stories about women we admire, real women, women from history, women from scripture, women we know. We give them a gallery of examples so they can see what goodness and knowledge and self-control and perseverance actually look like in a life. We let them see us pursuing virtue ourselves. We let them hear us processing our own growth. I struggled with patience today, we might say. I'm asking God to help me add more self-control in that area. The world is loud. It has a lot to say to our daughters about who they should be and what they should want and how they should look and act. We have something louder. We have truth. We have a God who defines beauty and worth and purpose. We have a scripture that paints a picture of womanhood that is noble and strong and deeply good. We have these years, these precious, fleeting years to fill them up. Peter says, make every effort. It's not passive, it's not accidental. It requires intention, attention, the daily work of adding and adding and adding until what's inside them is so solid, so layered, so deeply rooted that the storms of adolescence and young adulthood can't wash it away. Add to her faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge. Keep adding, Mama. Keep filling her with what is true and noble and right and pure. The cup is in your hands.